Uno.
Beans and Rice, welcome back. It is the one with the voice that makes the fellas and the ladies moist. It is Tuesday, August 9th. Good to be back. We are the number 33 comedy podcast in what country?
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Yeah.
Okay,
Named
shout
after
out.
the Mongolian grill.
Yep, shout out to Genghis Khan and all his descendants. And Mongolian grill, Mongolian barbecue.
Saludos.
Legit.
And the Mongols, the biker gang. I think that's a gang too.
Who hut you instead of who shot you. But let's just go ahead and get into intros this time. Not a lot of shenanigans
you don't
to begin
have to
with.
say anything, to people.
No, we don't have. We'd have any.
Pieces of shit.
No PSAs.
Can we swear today? You think
we
swear
can
today?
swear. We can say the fuck we want today. Yeah. It
know,
was rough last time, especially for Javi.
Yeah.
The
he had
holiest
to atone for his sins,
But it is the butter pecan.
Puerto Rican.
Host, and next to me we have the peaceful protester, the Zen master,
Jimmy Tatsumaki.
And finally back from maternity leave.
She already had her baby?
She had her baby. She had baby bonding time. She didn't need as much because she's used to severing the ties between mother and fetus,
Embryo or zygote, maybe,
Absolutely. She's
Nissan
Hatake Agormoto.
Agormoto.
Next to her, Jose's caretaker when he's sick.
When I need a pill, when I'm ill.
He's got the pill from Ibiza. He's the healthcare expert, Filomeno El Jíbaro.
And under them, gets a little frigid,
Yes.
The poles are shifting, that's what they say. Now the North Pole is in the west,
Yeah.
Who's out there to protect us?
The bipolar expert himself, Larry the Winter Soldier.
And then on top of Larry, to the right of Larry,
Yeah.
the one and only Jos Beefy.
666 La Bestia.
And you might have heard another voice, a familiar voice, but another voice on the ones and twos.
Yep, in the corner of Wizard of Oz, but not
the runner. The right now employee of the year so far.
So far,
so?
Yeah.
The one and only
the Omega from the bodega, Mr. J48, Javi.
Hey, Viva Cristo Rey, guys. Let's go.
Dude, he keeps forgetting his Bible. Have you noticed that?
Where's
last week?
Well, where's your tome?
I don't feel worthy of even touching this book after last week.
What kind of book is it, though? What kind of book is it?
The good book.
Okay, nice.
The only good book. The book.
Because he forgot, last week he got a little bit,
He got a
he
little
messaged
chirpy.
me at night, dude. It's like 4 p.m. He's like, dude, something really weird fucking happened to me.
He had to atone for his sins.
Because he said we were doing, what is it, mocking or what is it, gossiping about the Bible?
You mean blasphemy?
Blasphemy. He said that, you know what I mean? I was like, what rapper is that?
We're here for all of y'all, guys.
But we do have a special guest.
We do.
What I mean? Somebody that, somebody that makes me nervous. You think so? I can't look him in the eye. I'm having trouble, looking across, but it's
like a wildcat. Never look them in the eyes.
Never look him in the eyes, but we have the one and only. He's actually a card reader. You know what I mean? A palm reader. He's a mystic. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name is MC Wiggle Nuts, and I do tarot card readings. Normally during the weekend, but made an exception for you guys today on Tuesday the 9th to conduct, or at least just to discuss tarot and the history behind it, and why my man Javi here experienced those night terrors. Is because
I was looking for answers. I'm so glad you're here, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm so glad I'm here too. I was called, to be honest with you, so I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
And he's also a part-time rapper,
Part-time rapper,
Gabino Grhymes.
Gabino Grhymes, so when people aren't looking really fortunate, what does he do? Somebody's like, hey, can you tell me a fortune? Hey, you're gonna pull up on my concert, sell some a fucking ticket. You know what I mean? Come on, dude. Exploiting the masses. You know what I mean?
Dude, always. It's so funny when talking about like getting people to go to shows and like tickets and shit like that, and like when it's almost like it's not like pulling fucking teeth and shit, but it's also like people think that they can like just stream a show or some shit, they're like, oh, I'll just how much is it, like $10, and it's like so hard for them to fucking grasp that they're not, it's most of the time. Sometimes like the people that are putting the show on don't even get that money back, you know, because they're paying off the fucking DJ and shit or whatever, you know. So yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm just thinking about the ticket shit.
So what he's telling everybody is, if you're a local artist, just expect to lose money all the time. It's a money pit.
Yeah.
It is.
Instead-
Give up
House,
now.
yeah.
You
It's
know?
worse. It's worse than a project
Invest your
car.
pennies into a deck of cards. He's selling his deck of cards
here.
right now.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
grimy
Hey,
gambles.
You're gonna have to be willing to spend a lot more than you make. So,
Yeah, you know, pull up to the gateway. You know what I mean? Couple
be a
of bars to the
panhandler,
gateway,
you know? Yeah.
You ever did anything like that? You know, you pull up to the gateway or a little panhandling, nothing like that?
No, I've done it at the old Gen X on fucking 35th and Redwood. Definitely was slanging CDs out of the back trunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely did mixtapes like 2007, 2008. That doesn't sound like that long ago to me, but like it was a long
Yeah,
time
now
ago.
they're like, oh, you know, freaking boomer, you know? That's what they call it. It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
that's what they
I'm
call
only
me.
47, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's not that old, guy. Come on.
I'm only 58. I'm fucking.
These kids. Why is there a hole in this plate? What am I gonna do with this miniature plate? What appetizers can I place on here? None. It'll fall right through.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's fucking what happens.
It was a demo.
It was a demo. I also did tarot card readings in 2007 as well. So
Yeah.
that was no.
So how was that? Like, how did you get into that? You know what I mean? Because that was around the time Chris Angel was popular. You know what I mean?
And so he sparked it off and did a lot for the tarot community. And also, of course, Miss Cleo, you know, she was
The fish from Pinocchio, or which one?
no, Call Me Now, that lady. There used to be, I don't know if you guys know that you could call 1-800 numbers on.
Yeah,
Oh,
tarot.
there was a
She-
mystic, huh?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Polynesian. They love taro root. I love taro root.
There
Tarot
was this
cards.
lady. She was hot. Lola Falona for you.
Yeah.
She was an escort on City Weekly. You know. Shout out to you. You know.
She had a
Lost
lovely, lovely
Connections.
voice.
Lola Falona. You know.
Yeah, that sounds like that. And so yeah, she fucking, you know, Grand Wizard of it all.
Oh, she was in the KKK
minus
too?
the K's, minus the K's.
Oh.
And it was only a C was the beginning of her name, but that's how I got into it, because I called the number one time and she told me how I was gonna die, and I was taken aback a little bit because she told me I was gonna die eating chalupa at Taco Bell. And
That's a great way to go.
yeah,
That's a
I
fat
can't think
Mexican
of a,
chick.
I can't
Okay.
think of a better way.
yeah.
He was doing oral on a Mexican chick. She sat on him a little too long. You know. She got a cramp. She was a couple 400-pounder. You think so, us?
450.
You know, could have pushed her off.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Grimes, you know? That chalupa, you know?
Yeah, it was big time
He had
back
a
then.
burro on his face, you know?
So, with you, how have you guys? Well, I'll start with you, Javi.
He's trying to ask us questions?
Yeah, I want to
Hey,
ask a
come
question.
on, man.
It's his show now. It's his show.
Javi, when you had your night terror, did you really feel how strong was the ghost or the demon?
Maybe you can tell us first how it
wasn't-
happened, right?
Yeah, how it
Yeah.
happened. How it happened.
Because what was your drive like after we said all those blasphemies?
No, the
Javi?
drive was cool.
Yeah.
And like everything was normal, right? Until like, what time did I text you, dude? Like 3 in.
Yeah, 3 or 4, you know?
Yeah.
What the
Some.
heck?
Then like I was like, bro, I just like. It felt like I was sleeping but levitating, and then when I woke up, I fucking I think I had my hands up like this, you know, like sleeping like this, and I couldn't fucking move. And then I had like this feeling like on my lap. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting raped by a fucking.
Cynthia.
Wow.
You know?
I
By the
wish.
celestial
I
kingdom.
wish it was Cynthia, dude. I wouldn't be as scared, you know. But yeah,
So
like,
it was a bad rape, is what you were saying.
yeah, it was. It
Yeah,
was
because
not
there's good
consensual.
ones. Gabino, yeah.
It
There's
definitely wasn't
good ones,
consensual.
you know?
There's good rape, you know what I mean?
And I
Like
didn't
when I
know-
got raped.
And I'm not sure if it was a he or she, you know. So it
Wow.
didn't- and I didn't want to assume.
It was a they them, a legion.
Yeah.
he got a gangbang of demons.
A league of assassins.
Yeah, but then I text Jose like, yo, I had the weirdest fucking dream. Like, the dream was like I was like fighting this, like I was just swinging, like boxing a demon. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird.
And I told him, like, bro, it's like you fell asleep on your back. That's what happens. The scientific one, you know, it's like you fall asleep, it messes your circulation. He's like, no, man, it was a succubus. That's what he told me. I was like, all right, I'm going to bed, dude. You know?
No,
then I fell
but
on.
I always sleep on my back. Like I I just sleep on my back every like
All the nights.
every night.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This is the first time I've ever had this shit.
Succubus.
Who sleeps on their back? First of all, you know what I mean?
When I sleep on my back, I have breathing issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the Mexican lady on top of you.
That's exactly what it is. I for real.
Shout out to Chalupa.
When you brought up fucking night terrors, I for real had one like a week and a half ago or some shit, and it's the first time I had one in like 5 years or something. But I was in my dream, and I was saying to myself, it was so lucid that I was like, wake up. I was yelling that in my dream.
yourself?
Yeah, like I was saying it. I could lucidly fucking feel it. And my lady, she woke me up because she heard me panting or some shit. And I was like, did I say wake up? Because I said it like out loud in my dream, you know? And she's like, no, you just sounded scared. And I was like, whoa. Because
I'd be creepy to hear him.
yeah, because I was fucking like, wake up. Dude, because I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was fucked
No,
up.
like I had no problem breathing, but
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
felt
yo,
like
what
I
the?
It's 'cause that's what he thinks, obviously, because you're dreaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was awake when I was like,
It's
sitting
because
there.
you're partially awake, because you're in REM. You're in between REM sleep and awake, so your body's like messed up because you can't get good
True.
oxygen. So it's like you're like panicking. You know. We don't want to go into the doctor's book this early. You know what I mean?
No, we
huh?
don't.
Do we?
No.
Why
No,
not?
we don't.
It's
'cause
the nerve
I'm telling you,
synapses.
I
the
need
nerve
answers, whether it's tarot cards or a real
Well,
doctor.
remember when you're in REM, like your body shuts down, but your brain's always active.
Yeah.
So like the neurons
Mine's
aren't
not.
like the nerve synapses aren't like firing to your limbs because that's how your body rests to like recover from the day. So if you're kind of now subconsciously partially awake too, you're aware that you're stiff, but you're supposed to be because you're asleep.
Yeah, so you're like, what the heck's up with my body? You're trying to move, but only your brain's awake, bro. Your body's sleeping, so that's why you feel like there's something on top of you. That's why you got to sleep on your side, you know.
Yeah.
But I do like sleep terrors. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like it's almost like you're playing like a hide and seek with the devil a little bit. You know, like
A little bit.
he tries to catch you, but then it's like, hey, I wake up.
It's more
you
like
know?
freeze tag, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Oh, he caught me in my 31 years. You know, I finally got caught.
He finally got
Yeah.
caught.
I got.
That's a good track record, Javi.
It's
Yeah, that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah,
I
that
have
is a
so
long
many sleep terrors.
Yeah.
You never had one, Hoss?
Terrors, no. Sleep paralysis, yeah.
Yeah.
But not
Whoa.
terrors.
You've had sleep paralysis?
Yeah. Where I will open my eyes and my body's like,
Yeah, it's
so
like almost-
that's how I
basically
know
almost
what
the
he
same.
went through because it's happened before.
Yeah.
And I think I've had him enough now where because I do on occasion sleep on my back, funny enough. I try not to, but it feels relaxing. So I'll wake up and I'll have my eyes open and I have to like breathe myself through relaxing until I get like sensation back in my arms and legs to move
Yeah.
around.
Wow.
Mine is always my leg. I start moving my leg.
Yeah.
It's like
I start with my
and then I start
fingertips.
going
I'm
like
able
this,
to,
I'm
yeah.
like, "God," like I kick out, you know?
Yeah.
They're doing the
One,
Lord's doing it's the
two.
Lord's spin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not yet, Jesus, you know? I'm saying right here, you know?
I don't know if I've had sleep paralysis, but I've definitely had like terrors or even felt like my blanket's been being pulled and
Yeah?
shit. Yeah, like while sleeping.
So you had a couple paranormal activities?
I
or-
feel like that's happened to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely so when you said that for real, like I got a little chill up my spine. I was like, "Fuck, dog!" Like
Yeah, that's
just
because he's on the
happened to me
casting
recently.
couch, you know?
that's why I'm this far away. I that's just wild to me having sleep paralysis. I've never like experienced like something out of body, but I've definitely coached people through that before. So that's why I wanted to know of your experience, so, because it brings up one card, the death card, and it means
Is it the Angel of Death?
the Angel of Death card? Yeah,
Dr. Joseph Mangala over here, ladies and gentlemen.
in the flesh, in the death. But yeah, no, that's fucking wild to me. It still is wild to me.
You're a monster.
And what's been some, you know, maybe you get a patient, or what do you call your customer, I guess, right? Would it be a customer?
Clients?
A client.
My client,
Or what is it? A spiritual seeker?
yes.
Spiritual advice seeker, something like that, you know? Probably.
So, are you asking what my proper title is?
No, like you
you're-
get a client, you know, what's like something twisted that somebody's told you, you know, maybe.
The people that come to you, what do you
Yeah.
refer to them as?
Troubled.
Clairvoyance troubles?
Yeah, I refer to them as a paycheck is what I refer to them.
That's rent right there.
That's right, dog. Yeah. So I refer to them as spiritually seeking advice. They're looking for answers to the either paranormal or their own internal demons that they're struggling with.
Sounds like a couple lost boys.
Yeah.
Couple lost girls.
Kiefer Sutherland's, yeah.
And all of their forgotten.
Boys and girls, right?
Yep.
Thou
people.
and theys,
They,
thems and those.
So what's like somebody's told you like you ever heard a crazy story, you know, like in your family, the long lineage of family members that you have, like nobody told you, hey, you know, and Chamuco he tried to grab me, or I saw your you know, somebody that passed away, I saw them, nothing like that?
Yeah, absolutely. My dad has told me plenty of stories of being at my great grandma's house, and there being he would see someone digging in the backyard, and he could see like it was someone for sure, and then it was like the 5th or 6th time, some shit like that. He asked my great grandma, he's like, hey, who is that's digging in the backyard? Like I see, it's like right at night. It's like really early, like 1 o'clock in the morning. She's like, who, what are you talking about? Where are you digging? And so they went he showed her where it's at. And my uncle, his brother, my dad's brother, they started digging where it was at, and there was gold there.
Oh man, those
For
was
real.
that true?
Yeah, it is
Because
true.
I feel like every Mexican has a story like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
no,
treasure
and
story?
then there was gold there, and then they opened it up, and it was chocolate. So it was the candy gold. So it was
Oh,
fake
really?
gold. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So it wasn't good.
Maybe it wasn't meant for you.
No,
you
it
know
was-
what I mean? So
it
then they
was
put a
the-
hex.
It was just the ultimate troll.
Yeah, it was trolling before it was 1950s trolling. Yeah, yeah. It was the
That would be so funny, you know?
There's my pot of gold, you know.
There's a leprechaun, you know? It's a freaking midget. Come on, you know?
Damn it.
The roll-offs are at it again, you know? Little people, big world, you know?
Have you guys ever seen a chupacabra?
No, I don't think so, huh?
I don't think I have.
No. Yeah.
Nah. But those are Mexican, you know? We talked about this before. It's like people have cool, the Loch Ness Monster. You know what I
Okay.
mean? A cool beast, you know? Asians, what do they have, Hos? You know, they got a couple
Dragons.
Yep.
couple
Yeah.
dragonites. You know what I mean? Mexico, what do they got?
Chupacabra.
Come on, man.
Goat
We got
suckers.
Here-
And then they have
here
a
we-
whiny ass bitch, La Llorona.
La Llorona.
Come on, man. That's not cool.
Wow.
Every
You know?
country has that.
Yeah, ladies, right? So they just.
Oh yeah, my neighbor, she was getting beat. What happened the other day, Hos?
She was fucking crying.
Oh, busy. You know?
Yeah.
How to call the cops, dude.
Yeah.
Now her husband's arrested. You know what I mean? Shout out to Aaron.
And then she's
you know what I
crying because
mean?
the bills ain't paid, you know?
Yeah. Fuck,
But
that's
see, Mexicans, come on, get a better, you know, mystical mascot. You know
what's
what I
the
mean?
what's the Puerto Rican?
We have
the Puerto-
Chupacabra too.
Okay, well then.
But they're not even scared of them. They,
No, but they talk about. I was never
yeah,
scared.
they
as a
don't
kid.
claim it. You know,
We
they
don't
just,
care. Yeah.
they seen a couple sightings. The freaking Mexicans, they go over there, huh? Hos?
Not like cucuys or anything like that either.
Nope.
No.
No. Okay. Now, what about like Eastern Europeans or something? You know, like Russians. What does Russians have?
They have Putin,
Okay, yeah, good call. True.
Stalin,
True. Solid. Yeah, true.
Lucy Volkovich, you think so? Hos?
Lucy Volkovich.
Probably
Hans
Hitler,
Adolf,
honestly,
yeah.
right? Over there?
No, because Hitler's lost to them.
Yeah.
The Germans lost to the Russians.
Because you don't think it's like, oh, you know, if you be bad, Hitler's going to get you. You don't think so?
Did they lose
Nah.
to them, or did they self-sabotage?
No, well,
Wow, that's a good point.
You know, because
what do you mean? The Germans?
No, the Russians, because they like, okay, they're about to lose. They like.
The Russians were
destroy
never about to lose.
Yes,
They were fighting on their turf. The Germans couldn't get past all of the
That's
Russian
what I'm saying.
territory.
The only reason the Germans couldn't is because they burnt down all their fucking assets, dude.
Well, I thought you meant the Russian self-sabotage, but okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
They weren't going to beat the Russians, even if they didn't. Like they were.
Schweinsteigers, you know, they're
Dude,
not going to
man.
beat the Russians.
Dude, have you seen Russian? Dude, there's no way the Germans were going to beat them.
There's no way. Yeah, I mean, especially through the cold, there was nothing going on.
The Germans weren't
history
prepped
lesson for
to
sure.
invade Russia.
Especially back then, you know, they only got sweaters in the army. You
The
think they
Battle
had a
of
jacket?
Stalingrad. That
You
was
think
a
they
big
had
one.
Patagonia back then?
Dude, they
You
were
know what I
wearing
mean?
lederhosen to World War II.
Dude,
Come on, that's not going to be enough.
They're little freaking, you know, like they're
Later,
going to go to church. They look like
and a couple Doc Martens. That's not going to get you through
that's not gonna
Russia.
get you
Yank
through it,
Doodle and the down. Come
Dude,
on.
the Russian kids
Yeah.
back then were wrestling bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their Hugo Boss fucking uniforms. There was
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
there was
exactly.
not going
Like a
through.
little bit of Ed Hardy, you know what I mean?
A couple Von Dutch hats.
Yeah, that was not getting through fucking Russia for sure.
No, yeah.
What there's that I'm trying to think of the name, the anti-Santa character in
Oh.
Europe.
Krampus.
Krampus, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, come
That's
on,
what
ladies.
Javi,
That's
you
what
know?
they go through when they go through their
Come
cycle,
on.
man. That's insensitive to females.
Menstruating
Okay?
person. Come
Yeah,
on, this piece of shit, you know?
Krampus. Hashtag
You know,
Krampus.
Krampus.
Ladies, we're with you.
Yeah.
Women's empowerment.
You know?
Fucking
Hashtag
Europeans.
Krampus too. Yeah.
They're behind on this progressive
You know,
shit.
but now maybe, you know, he's getting a little too questioning, you know what I mean? He's questioning, well, you know, what do we look like, a couple teachers, you know?
Yeah, but
Come on, maybe Javi, he can help us celebrate a couple things, you know?
Yeah, we left to we want to be positive. We are celebratory people.
You know, we don't want to talk about ladies' cramps, you know what I mean?
no, I
He's
don't.
trying to throw us on his cycle, huh? He came in here with this.
I knew there was this smelled like a couple copper pennies in here.
He said, I just got out of the car wash, you know?
Working at the
His
car.
monedero, you know, he came out with
I
all
just
this
got done keystering at a wishing well,
He
guys.
took all the fucking coins from his great grandpa, dude. That piece of shit.
That's why they were chocolate. He replaced.
Yeah, he replaced them.
He replaced them. Yeah.
And that's how he started his business.
That's how-
Shout out to Gabino.
Wow, you guys got me right into a fucking corner on that one.
Hey, so what's the holidays? What do we,
All right,
got?
the
What are we
first
celebrating today?
holiday is International Co-working Day.
International co-working, you know what
How
I mean?
about that? Yeah.
Somebody has a lot of co-workers in the rapping community, you know?
Yeah.
Gabino,
Yeah.
How do you feel about your co-workers?
I feel like my coworkers are doing a great job. There's some coworkers that definitely take too much breaks, but I do think that there are some folks striving for management. So I appreciate my fellow rap coworkers in Salt Lake.
So now we'll edit this part out, and you can tell us how you really feel.
Fuck no,
Glauco.
I know I'm wearing a Pura Vida hat, but pero fucking fuck their whole crew as an establishment as a fucking
Pura muerte, okay?
Sí andaban muertos, no andaban de parranda.
So,
International Coworkers Day. Okay.
so that's what happens in your community, you know, when you go to a concert, you know, what's like the vibe, you know, because we saw them, but we weren't in there when they're having their meeting, you know.
They're little Illuminati.
You know,
Yeah.
Rocky was trying to, the Law King was trying to, you know, amp them up. It's like, dude, come on. You can't even get a sentence, Rocky, you know?
There's a mood of like I mean, not for me anymore, but like I can tell when someone's sizing me up or something, you know what I'm saying? And that really feels
So what
like
does that mean, somebody sizing you up like that? They think that they rap better than you?
yeah.
They objectify him, okay? He's not a piece of meat. He's a man.
Yeah, I am only one man, Doug. But they like for real, like it's you can feel like a pissing contest happening, and there's no fucking contest to be
piss.
had. Yeah, there's no piss there. You know,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, well,
How do you navigate those circumstances? though?
Yeah.
So if they're sizing you up, how do you respond?
I honestly I don't respond. I just dead it. Like any sort of like vibe coming from me, I shut down because I just don't, because I don't. If you want to battle or something, then we can do that, you know. But like that. So far from me now, like I just want to uplift. This sounds fucking corny, but I definitely just want to uplift who wants to uplift themselves, and so I have no qualm to fucking compete with. I'm competing with myself. I'm not competing with you.
So what was that locker room talk like? So what do you guys, you know, you got a couple other,
You got a couple
You know,
wiggle
any
nuts
given
hanging
Sunday,
out.
Mono,
yeah.
you know, a
Sunday.
couple people are there.
Yeah. There was there's like at the Pura Vida show, there was a general mood of like everyone trying to uplift everyone. It was fucking pretty sick. But like I've been several situations where I've been at shows where there's someone that's on the stage. They do their set and they come off and they're like expecting you to go over and say hi or, you know, like good job or
Great
whatever.
job, yeah.
Yeah. And I just didn't think you did a great job, so I don't want to fucking create that. I don't want to create that.
I don't want to lie to you. You know?
Yeah, but all good. You know, hey, fucking
Good effort.
yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Do you want a beer or some shit? I don't know. But like,
You didn't just go like this?
so oh yeah, for real. Honestly, just like
That'll
yeah,
be a safe one, you know what I
fucking
mean?
cool. You know, dope. I mean, unless it's like my coworkers, then I'll critique my coworkers.
Like a couple of mystics, you know, maybe they
Yeah.
read the wrong fortune, or what do they do with those coworkers?
say that again.
So he's like your coworkers
Yeah.
at the mystic place, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so at the
yes,
card
yeah.
reading place. So like, how do you
Right.
critique each other? Maybe you read the wrong card. Maybe
Right.
somebody got the ace of spades instead of the four of swans. You know what I mean?
Normally, so we critique by how big the tip is at the end. So if there's no tip, that means that you gave
It was an Asian guy.
Yeah. If there is no tip, then you did not lie well enough. If there is a big tip, then we go off of how many cards did you present.
How many cards did you present?
Yeah, how
BLM guys.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but that's you just critique and you judge on what the outcome is. And if someone feels a revelation at the end, then you did a good job. If someone feels like they got swindled, then we need to move zip codes, because then the authorities are on us, because we are fucking selling snake oil. But if they go out with having night terrors, like Javi would come to our place and he'd be like, I'm probably gonna have night terrors. That is also a good job, because then he'll come back, because we can give him a revelation then. So that's how we critique each other.
Is it hard to, because in the doctor community, Hollis, is like when you talk to other doctors, like let's say somebody's sick, you know what I mean? Somebody got a Cyndaquil, you know, in their femur, and you don't know how to exactly operate into it. Like, how do you work with other doctors to ask like for help or to collaborate?
We have an intranet system that comes with the PhD once you obtain the medical doctorate. And so, you know, you type in your username, your password, and then you just use the Control F, find feature, type in a couple symptoms, and you have to skim really like quickly through it. So, you know, when you're in a doctor's office and you're like, oh, I'm sick, and you only see the doctor for maybe 5 minutes and the nurse is with you the whole time, that's because the doctor, they don't know off the top of their head. They don't have it memorized.
Who does?
They just go to the data books, the Rolodex, the encyclopedias, the doctor's book, the tomes, type it in, look it up, check out that Quilava Cyndaquil. Next thing you know, you walk out with a Typhlosion and a couple antibiotics.
I think you guys are gonna blow up in the rapping community, by the way.
And come on, man, he's threatening us already. You know, we're not gonna pull.
We don't negotiate with terrorists, okay? I know I look like one, but come on.
You know. So
Simmer down.
how do you collaborate? You know, you see another rapper maybe you like, because like you said, there's a lot of egos. You know what I mean? When there's a couple of artistas, you know, it's like, oh, how do I tell this other, you know, dominant, strong, independent male that I want him on a song? You know what I mean?
I just ask.
So how do you say, like,
I'll we should collab, and most of the time it's yes. I don't ask anyone that I don't want to collab with. So like I think what would be better served is when I have to tell people like no, because we're just not on the same level. Like we're just not there yet. You know, like I've heard.
So you tell them keep working.
Yeah. I'll be for real about it. Like, just not, we'll make something happen in the future or something like that. And that sucks. Even
but you mask it like that though, right? It's like, hey man, we'll do something in the future. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely. I definitely still am trying to navigate the waters of when someone sends like a verse already over to me, like a beat or like a song that's already kind of done. Like, oh, I want to do on this second verse. Like, what are your thoughts on it? Even though like the easy way is to be like I'm just too busy or something like that, I'm still trying to navigate how to like let those folks like know. So there's probably a select few if they were here would be like, yeah, I was probably a dickhead, but it's probably because I ghosted them or something. I just didn't hit them back up or something like that.
Yeah, because it is hard, you know what I mean? Because sometimes like with us, it's like, oh, we want to work with you, but first, we don't really even work with artists that much. You know what I mean?
We barely work with ourselves.
We like doing our own thing.
We don't interview people. That's what people get wrong. We don't interview people.
No.
And it's like, oh, you got one song. What do you want me to talk about? We're sitting here talking about card reading. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got one song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because when I saw, I was nervous. When I was a little kid, I heard about him.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Even back then, there's like no internet and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like.
So I think for real, like when it comes to artists working with other artists, I appreciate when artists that don't have like good songs or whatever. I define good, right? But like, an artist that's an artist that's out of your league or out of their league when they ask you. I appreciate the gusto and the chutzpah to fucking hit someone up and be like, yo, I would like to get on a song with you. In lieu of even saying no, I'll just charge you. So like if I don't charge you, then that means that we're cool. Like I value I value this transaction because it's more like it's social.
You're just like working together, right?
Yeah,
Just like,
exactly. Like there's
just the vibe, basically. You're just
there's a social currency there rather than actual currency being passed. So like that's good to me. I appreciate that shit. I have definitely charged. Well, if it's not just if I charge, because there's sometimes where I charge because it's
you
just
won't
like
even
a
charge
going
because
rate.
they're so whack. You know what I mean?
No, it's up. Dude, you got to understand. So you guys probably understand this because of the great platform that you guys have now. But I'm sure that you guys have an inbox of at least one message. I don't know how many, probably just one, right? That of somebody that is trying to come onto the show and you're like, we don't work with you guys. Like, if you have,
I don't know about that. Like, it's not that we wouldn't work with them, but like the way that they come towards us, you know what I mean?
is it aggressive?
It's not aggressive. It's just like generic. Like when we know you're only sending the copy paste messages.
Oh God,
outta
what
here.
the fuck is going on with
You
that?
know what I mean? Yeah, I don't get it.
And then people, yeah. or
Well,
people-
back to earlier, we have our own lane that we like to like. We're not. I mean, we've talked about hip hop with you, but that's not what we're talking to you about.
Right.
We come here, we have fun, we fuck around. That's our only motive. At the end, you get to plug your shit in. Pause, as like people like to say.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. But that's
You gonna plug your shit in?
but
he's
that-
on the casting couch. Who knows? You know?
I'm
Where's
ready
the
to rock and roll.
Brontico?
Yeah.
But that's it. Like people don't understand that though. Where if you're not watching, that's fine. If you don't watch, we're not upset. We're not mad.
Yeah.
But we're not here to promote specifically something you've got going on. We want you to come here, hang out with us, bullshit, because this is our time that we've set this up exactly for that.
Absolutely.
I told
Darnell
everyone,
or
like,
something like that.
The
you know?
one
Come on.
motto we have is like, when we stop having fun, we'll stop doing these recordings. And thank God we're not having fun anymore, right? Like everything else will come secondary, whether it be
Right.
monetary transactions, social interactions with others. It could just be
Status.
the four of us or five, because Cam, shout out to Camzy.
Burger Cam.
Like if it's just us five every single week and no one ever comes in, I personally am okay with it, and I like to think the other four are as well.
Yeah. So
Couldn't
just
have
to
said it
put
better
it
myself.
into, the last words, because now we're talking about rap too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck you, whack ass rappers. Don't hit up Gabino.
Don't.
You don't deserve a fucking verse, okay? Unless you pull out the purse. Okay, so maybe Javi take it to the next holiday. You know what I mean? We burn a couple more bridges, you know?
Okay. National Rice Pudding Day.
Hey, shout out to Camzy. You know what I mean? Speaking about
Alright.
Asians, you know what I
There
mean?
you go. I like
the
that.
biggest distributor of rice pudding.
You know, Camzy's out there. The Asian. Oh, that would have been a good freaking episode to
have him on,
Camzy
yeah.
Piece of shit, you know.
A lot of different.
You better
rice
watch
puddings.
this episode.
Come on, Camzy.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe you can call him, or you think he'll pick up Javi or not?
I don't know, bro, because I don't know how serious his situation is, but
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
maybe it's best you don't call him.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
think
we
so?
want. Yeah, Javi told me a little bit. Maybe it's a situation we want to give him some space.
We don't want to call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so hopefully everything's good for you, Camzy. But
We wanted to have him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the Bossburger Bentley maybe broke down.
he's embarrassed to show up with the
it was
with nothing else
These are
other
coming
than
in the
that.
hoop. You
dude.
know?
Someone put a leak in his power steering fluid. He
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
make his ways
Pull
over
up
here.
in the
but-
Buick Oldsmobile. You know what I mean?
Glocko. Not running.
But rice pudding, I think we've talked about it before, haven't we?
I think so, because I said my brother loves it. My dad loves it too. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
Rice pudding, rice
Yeah.
cakes. What about rice cakes?
I don't like rice cakes either.
You don't like rice cakes? You put a little freaking
Maybe I'll
peanut butter.
I haven't done that, but I'll have to try
No?
it because I've just had them, the Quakers, the Amish, you know,
'Cause
the
the
Pentecostals.
Rice pudding day. I think that does that run a different tone, like in the Asian porn community?
Ooh, that sounds hot. Like it's like an Asian bukkake.
Yeah.
Rice pudding. You know what I mean?
Rice cake. Yeah.
Or that Oriental yeast infection, you know.
That
That Silk
OY.
Road. You know what I mean?
The OYI.
That snail trail.
So I can throw the, some rice pudding on my kimono. You know?
I like that. I like that a lot.
You're into that, huh?
Yeah.
You ever think Asian?
I didn't know you guys were gonna get me on here to get hard. I
Hey,
didn't know
dude,
that.
Hey, relax. Simmer the fuck down.
Pull the
Okay?
fuck out.
Well, he told me when I met him, I'm the hardest rapper in that building.
Right.
You know? Yeah,
And
just
that-
got them popping a blue chew. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Runs different meanings.
Now he's got
for
the
that,
Hulk
yeah.
Hogan down there. You know?
And now we heard. Fine.
I'm 36.
36, huh? Cause so
What the fuck? He's a 36. Damn, I thought he was gonna say fucking 48.
he looks like shit.
Oh, 36. Holy shit. Wow.
Find the fountain of youth immediately.
Didn't see that. Oh my god. Okay.
Filomeno to heal him. You know what I mean?
Do your own tarots. Fucking.
You put some of that rice pudding on your face, you get rejuvenated real quick.
The biggest thing that I've noticed is recovery from just like normal shit. Like I've just got done doing some moving, and fuck, man, I know I did a lot of went up a lot of stairs, but like I definitely have a much longer time of recovery. Like my fucking muscles are, I don't know. They're
Like how long does it take?
2 to 3 days sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I used to drink pretty hard. I haven't been drinking lately, but like the hangovers are a bitch too as you get older. So cool down on the sauce or fucking wrap it up. Whatever, fuck it. All of us had that T.O. that fucking sleeps on the couch so fucking 4:30 and then wakes right back up, 4 shots in, ready to rock and roll again. Fucking, it's all good.
Out driving, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the truck, you know?
Driving it down. So that's the only thing that I've really noticed. I mean, my sleep has always been
Maybe
shitty,
you're not as
so.
hungry anymore. Nothing like that.
No, I drink more water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drink more water. And I also am more cognizant of being 36 and like my age rather than when I was like 24. And I didn't even think about my fucking age. I was just like, yeah, let's fucking do all the wild shit all the fucking time, no matter what, and then wake up and go to work the next morning, you know? But now I definitely put like my plans in order and shit and be like, okay, fucking, and like to sort them out. And if I don't, then because of my age, in your 20s, if you fuck up, you're just in your 20s, you know? People will be like, oh, he's just in his 20s. When you're between 30 and 40, or after 35, and you're fucking up, then you're going through a midlife crisis. And it's no different than when you were in your 20s. You just didn't fucking flip the switch enough or at the right time. So like after 35, people start looking at people differently when you're like, oh,
I'm glad
damn.
you mentioned that because I actually have a question. So you mentioned being cognizant. You seem like you're pretty self-aware.
Sure.
It seems you're comfortable in your own skin.
A little bit.
So at your age, with the idea and the knowledge that people are watching you and being like, oh, this guy's doing X, Y, Z instead of X, because people just do it. As much as people like, don't get people judge. It's just a matter of life.
It's human nature.
Do you find yourself trying to adjust to appease others, or are you literally just you're at the point in life where you're like, it's fine, I don't care. Those who mattered enough to me, I'm okay with. Or are you trying to fit the specific mold, whether it be
Absolutely.
BBL.
yeah.
No, I definitely am aware of what the consequences of my actions. So, I feel like I'm in a state of self-evolvement.
Okay.
And I do care what legacy I have.
Sure.
And what I leave, because as you get older, you realize that that's like kind of, you have your fucking balls in your word. And once you fuck one of those up, hopefully it's not your word, break your balls. And that's fucking, I mean,
Well,
it's
you wiggled
2022.
yours, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely aware of like how I want to present myself to people and be taken in, no matter how it is, so fucking, what I'm talking about. If you get outside of that space, I think that you're just ignorant to the world, and that's being ignorant to yourself. And like I don't want to do it like that. So like, I think that when you turn off the when you put on social blinders and you become in your own fucking tunnel and you are living your life in a vacuum, then you are depriving yourself of the community that you're fucking living in. And because you don't want to fucking adapt, you don't want to fucking evolve, you don't want to fucking change. You think you are 16 the rest of your fucking life, so you know everything no matter what. and that's just not the case, and that's not real life. You know what I'm saying? So I am very aware of how I want to present myself to people, which is why more recently I've just like retaken on actions on like what I'm intaking and imbibing and shit, you know, because like I definitely have just left a bad impression on people, and that fucking bugs the shit out of me.
Sure.
Because I know I'm a good person, you know, I'm a good person, but it doesn't fucking matter if I know I'm a good person if I fuck someone over or something, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter because their perception is their reality, just like mine is too. So it's the judgment part that you were talking about. It's innate to fucking do that, no matter what. I don't fucking care. It's all good to do it. It's not even all good to do it. It just is to do it. So
whether you like it or it's a reality.
It doesn't matter.
It's a reality.
It's
Your
a null
feeling
and
means
void.
nothing to
It's
it.
null and void.
Yeah.
So don't even think about it.
Sure.
Just let it ride, and then recognize where you got to catch it and fucking reel it back in and be like, okay, hold on, let's give him benefit of the doubt or her benefit of the doubt, whatever the fuck. If they even deserve it, who fucking cares? It doesn't fucking matter. But the point is like if you are trying to leave some sort of mark, even if it's on one person, then be cognizant of the fucking shit that you're doing and how you're treating yourself, how many times you're smiling a day. Fucking loosen the fuck up. If you feel like you are having some sort of mental issues or things that need to be addressed, address them. You're not too big for that. Be self-aware enough that your fucking timeline is going to extend at least 4 more years after you die. Because for the most part, and this might sound fucking cryptic, but you know,
Hey,
when
blood's only, okay?
you only live as long as the last person that speaks your name. So like in memory or some shit, but like once I die, like a lot of my aunts go away. Once I die, a lot of my cousins go away. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of cocoa going on around.
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
you know
So,
what I mean?
yeah. So
Disney ass, come on. You know.
that was a long Zen answer to that.
It's it work. Hey, we have Tatsumaki here. He's the Zen master.
Okay.
We get
excuse
it.
me.
But
Okay.
are you that passionate about rice?
Yeah, I was about to
pudding
ask.
too, Javi, or what?
Mine's more basic, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I
love
mean, I
the
don't know
flavors.
if you answered. Do you like rice pudding or no?
I don't like rice pudding.
Okay, so you're with me. So, Javi, what was it?
I love rice pudding,
Okay.
depending on like how it's
You like
made or
rice
whatever.
pudding too?
I mean, I don't know. It's just regular pudding,
I
right?
don't
We
hate
drink
it, I just don't like it.
horchata, bro.
I don't
Horchata-
think
I'm trying to figure out. Don't yell at me first.
hold
Yeah,
on.
first
yelling
off,
at me?
don't fucking yell.
Bro,
Yeah,
I have
man.
headset on.
Come on, man. Look, he should be able to hear us better.
do like
can't hear
horchata. That
I
is a
can't
good
hear
point.
myself. We drink horchata, right? So it's like it's
can't hear him, so
filtered
you can hear
rice
himself.
pudding.
You can hear yourself.
Is
I-
filtered
no, I
rice
can't.
pudding?
Can I hear myself? Barely. I
Well,
have to like do that.
essentially, I guess.
Well, but it tastes different. White people, they put vanilla, right? Like you get a
yeah,
vanilla.
they put vanilla in.
Yeah, we don't have that in Mexico, bro.
There's Mexican vanilla. What the
Yeah,
heck?
but they don't have
There
vanilla
is.
pudding.
Vanilla beans. I'm a
Vanilla
bean.
beans. See those fucking beaners? They bean everything.
Yeah,
up.
but
Why
I
do
mean,
you-
rice pudding, you can add cinnamon on top, but that is not
Exactly.
part of rice pudding.
Yeah.
That's
Is
not
tapioca
horchata.
rice pudding?
I don't think so. It says
no,
the fish, isn't it? Tapioca. You got the fish? No.
Is that the little balls?
I caught a couple
Yes.
tapioca, so I'm gonna fillet them. No.
Yeah, it's similar, but it's not. The
Okay,
same.
okay. Because I like tapioca.
Yeah.
See, I
Yeah.
don't like tapioca pudding either.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that's maybe 'cause I'm not a texture doesn't bother me in food generally, but maybe those are the two that do. Because
Got
the
it.
flavor I'm not interested in, and the texture makes it even more odd for me.
Is that so? You have that as a snack? You know what I mean? You know, you guys, you got a little freaking rice pudding, or what kind of snacks do you
So
have? You know,
normally not rice pudding, but
like if I go to your fridge right now, what kind of snacks? You know, maybe after this, maybe we know we're gonna have a sleepover, a slumber
Señorita
party.
Chalupa,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
sitting in the fridge.
So what do you have in the fridge? You know, we're gonna watch. What are we gonna watch, us?
We're going
Maybe
to,
the
I
Thai
have-
boys. They got trapped in the cave. They got
I have
the,
hot
on
pickles.
Netflix.
I
Hot
have,
pickles.
I have hot pickles.
pause, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah. And it's exactly what you think it is.
Ugh, I don't like
Spicy
pickles.
boy.
It's a big spicy.
Is there a specific brand you like the most?
No.
Okay, so hot pickles. What else you
Yeah.
got?
Well, I like this brand that I'm eating it right now, but I don't know what the fucking name is, so I can't tell you. But I like this brand. So hot pickles. You're only talking about in my fridge.
And well, let's say maybe
Popcorn.
Fridge
you're
and
gonna
pantry.
feed us 6 things. You know what I mean?
6 of your favorite snacks.
But
Okay,
you
six
have
of
them
my-
in your house. So
All right.
we're gonna go there. Hey,
Okay. popcorn, Sour Patch Kids,
Oh yes.
Hot Pickles, and that's okay. So
That's 3.
that's 3. That's 3.
So we said
Popcorn, Sour Patch Kids,
Hot
and
Pickles.
Hot Pickles.
I went
Pickles.
off quick on those because those are on the
On the
Hey,
Hot
fucking
Pickles. Hey, of course.
First 2 are
Those are
excellent.
the
Luke
holster.
Hockey, you know.
Yeah.
Funyuns.
Good pick.
Tres Leches. And ice cream sandwich.
Hey, shout out to
Oh,
ice cream
bring it back full
sandwich last
circle. We
week,
talked
you know
about
what
ice
I
cream
mean?
sandwiches last week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But what kind of ice cream sandwich? The traditional like
A
type?
little fat boy, you think?
The cookies and cream Fat Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about, we go to the Puerto Rican household host? We're gonna have a
Popcorn isn't-
sleepover.
Popcorn is an absolute must. I always have popcorn on the ready.
Okay.
Sour Patch Kids fun. So those top 2 are my top 2.
But you always have Sour Patch Kids like on
Generally
deck.
speaking, if I'm not trying to cut weight, which has not happened in the past 3 years, I'll have Sour Patch Kids. So those 2, white cheddar Cheez-Its, fucking bomb.
Wow.
That was already
I raised you
good
extra
so far.
toasty cheeses.
Dude, you mix the
I don't know if
cheeses
I've
with
had
the
those.
popcorn? Woo!
Yeah.
Good night.
I'll go with Raisinets,
Okay.
dark
Solid.
chocolate.
So we're just
I like the
going
milk
to the
chocolate,
movies.
but raisin, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. And wait, that's 4,
Four.
huh?
That's
Yeah.
4.
I gotta
You
think
need
now.
2 more. You got any ice cream? You
Manteca.
got any Code Red? Any Mountain Dew?
Oh, I have a couple Klondike bars. Shout out to the female community.
You know?
Okay.
Shout out to Alice. We miss you.
Klondikes because I clone them, So that's 5. And what else? What would be my? Usually Doritos are there, but I'm trying to think of what I actually have at home right now.
Like if we go there, maybe you got any weird jungle juice in Puerto Rico, Parque de los Bombas?
I know I have ajonjoli, which is like a sesame seed with honey.
Ooh.
I know Mexicans have that too. It's really good. It's one of my favorites. I'll go with the ajonjoli.
Ajonjoli.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. This is Beefy. What does he have?
What
there?
is Beefy got?
We got a couple Crystal Light water packages.
Okay.
Beefy has
Dude, I'm-
nothing good right
You
now.
want to go? That's a beverage. You think? I mean,
No, let's see what I
I guess
got.
that's okay.
Yeah,
But I
well,
usually
you
have
would
a neck-
offer us a Crystal Light.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm trying to see like that right now. Today's not a good day.
Yeah,
I got
gonna say-
rellenaditos. Hey, they're good.
Those are
Rellenaditos.
good. Yeah, I like those.
But let's see, like if I have to have my stuff loaded with snacks,
Ready, rock and roll.
so I'll have man, I'm gonna have to have I want to say the party pack of cheese chips. So the one has Doritos, Cheetos. I think it's like Fritos, and then I think Lay's. But it's like the cheese mix. So I
Yeah,
have that
It's those
one.
chili cheese Fritos.
Yeah, so I have that popcorn also. That's also one. I'll always have yogurt. So that's 3. So I'll get that yogurt.
Yeah,
I do
of
like
course you got
yogurt.
yogurt. Yep.
Yogurt, and then I like oh man, jeez, let's see. Fruit
Manteca.
candy. So there's like Starburst.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably say Starburst because Skittles. You know what I mean?
Couple
They're-
gushers to go along with my
You know?
Klondikes.
So I got 4. So what have I said? Okay, I
You
got
had popcorn. You had the cheese
popcorn,
mix.
Cheetos. Yeah, the mix.
And then yogurt. So
Yogurt.
3.
So
And then
I
the
got
chips. And you say the chips?
No, that was
The
my
party
first one.
pack. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then any fruit candy. So right now you got rellenaditos, but I always have some
Okay,
sort
4.
of fruit candy.
Okay.
Isn't that technically a fruit candy? What is a tamarindo?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A fruit. It's like that's like a root or
Yeah,
something. isn't it?
no, tamarin's a fruit. It grows on a tree. Looks
So I
like a
have-
pea pod.
And then I like to have drumsticks.
Those are good.
The ice cream drumsticks. So that's 5.
Yep.
Dude, mine's looking kind of sad right now. And then my 6th one, I'll probably go with some cereal. You know what I mean?
Cereal's
Wow.
always
Which
top
cereal?
Put on
There's
some
so
cereal.
many cereals.
notch. Dude,
So okay, so, damn, that's gonna be also hard on. So let's see if I have to settle on one.
to just
One.
one.
I like this. I like the fact you have to think it's very hard about the cereal.
One specific cereal, bro.
Corn pops for me.
'Cause
That's my
sometimes I like
number
to
one.
mix.
Okay.
Sometimes I like to mix some cereals. You know what
Rice
I mean?
pudding flavor for me. Well, just in respect. In
Cinnamon
respect to
Toast
the day.
Crunch.
In reference
that
to
massage
See, 'cause that's
Thai
hard. I
powder
like
goes
cinnamon
to.
toast crunch a lot, bro.
That one goes hard.
So I think I'm gonna go with cinnamon toast crunch.
That's a
Honestly,
good
man.
one.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, for you?
Pebbles.
Yeah.
I just had some.
A lot of what I do is fruity.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that ties back to the hot pickles.
Yeah.
I had
guess
some
so.
Fruity Pebbles
Just wanna-
Rice Krispie treats. They weren't that good. They were too like sweet.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
just like the mix for the marshmallow thing was like already sweet, and then it kind of didn't combine it with the fruity flavor.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna be so good, bro, and I was pretty disappointed.
I'm being serious. Raisin Bran Crunch. And that just makes me
I
sound
love
like I'm
Raisin
fucking
Bran, not the
60.
crunch. I don't like the
Yeah.
crunch one.
Because
Yeah,
I like the
Raisin Bran
special
Crunch.
K cereal sometimes too. You know, it's like thicker. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Those are dope.
And that's
Yeah,
like-
you like thicker for sure. I
You
know,
mess
I mean,
up your freaking, you know, your
Yeah.
the roof of your mouth's all messed up.
The
But
back of your throat. Yeah.
Javi, you know, Javi, he's got a nice pantry.
Yeah,
Out of all of
Javi
us,
loves. Yeah.
he's probably got the nicest pantry. My Beefy's pantry. What does it
Outside,
look
of,
like right
outside
now?
of rice pudding, what's in your pantry?
Oh, well, it's funny because I always have like those little Rico
See?
Walmart ones, the rice
Shout
pudding.
out to NBA young boy. You know?
Don't get caught with that Rico. But we also have those ice creams from Costco that are, it's like
Oh,
sorbet
the little ones, yeah.
that are
The
in-
Italian ice.
yeah,
They're
but,
like little ice creams. Have you seen
but
those?
they're
Yeah.
they're in like the coconut and orange peels and. Bro,
Okay.
they're fucking fire. Like if you haven't tried those, like
I haven't.
go to Costco and get yourself like 2 boxes of that shit.
Get your membership. Maybe take me, Javi. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
yourself
Come
a
on,
membership.
man.
You know?
I don't go enough. You
I
know.
don't. Yeah, I don't have a membership. So
Well, like,
that,
Maybe
Hit
you
me-
can take both.
that,
guys
of
shows,
can
us.
that
hit-
shows tax bracket
Yeah.
bracket difference.
You know, hit me up and I'll take you guys and we
You
can
think you
get
can take
whatever
us
we
over?
want. you
I
know
think
what
he can take us.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, but dude, you guys should really try those. And
Okay, so
it's
you got
almost
ice
like
creams,
it's not ice
Ricos.
cream. It's
All right, Javi.
fruity
fancy ice
sorbets.
cream. You know Kirkland.
Sherbet.
Kirkland brand.
Basically.
Okay.
but it's cool because they're in like
Kirkland signature.
Like, it's like
Dude,
a
he's trying to sell us on the. Go, we get it.
no. Let me explain. They're fucking delicious.
Hold on, I gotta fucking lay it out.
Yeah.
Javi doesn't need a blue tree. He just needs to think about these stupid ass ice creams. Anyway.
Yeah, look.
So
I was trying to hide it, you know, but
Sometimes you can't.
so Oreos.
Oreos. Damn, that's a good one. That's a banger. I left that out of my mix. I was gonna go Oreos or Chips Ahoy, but I don't get them as much because
Yeah.
I don't drink
Chips
that much
Ahoy,
milk.
yeah, Chips Ahoy are kind of like overplayed now. Like they're just not good to me anymore.
Okay.
He's in the cookie community.
Hey,
Okay, no,
I'm the original Cookie Monster, bro.
Okay.
Shout out to
Oreos,
Cynthia.
okay.
Maybe some vanilla wafers, you know,
Okay.
That's
just
some
to snack on. Dude, I'm trying to think anything that's in there right now. There's I don't normally like eat Pop Tarts, but like sometimes
Pop-Tarts
the-
are good too.
the s'mores one and the cinnamon one are like tops. And how
And
many
you eat
is
it
that?
cold like that, right? You don't microwave it.
I
You
don't microwave that shit. Who the fuck microwaves?
Who's
shit?
microwaving?
Hey, some people
Pop-Tarts?
do it. You know what I mean?
That's
I'll
like
put
In the
a
Caucasian community. You know
that's
what I
a
mean?
fourth
Wow.
degree
You
burn
can post
in
it
your
in the
mouth.
toaster, in the oven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people got air fryers. Savi, okay? You poor fucks.
I don't even have a house anymore. I'm homeless. This is how like,
Microwaving a Pop Tart, man. That's
yeah, it's weird, bro. But whatever.
fantastic.
I don't know how many that was, but that's
I think
And then you
like
had
a lot.
6. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure
had your
it's
6. You had
Yeah, yeah.
wafers, cookies, your
Pop-Tart.
ice creams, Ricos.
Yeah.
And then honey
Pop-Tarts.
vanilla
Yeah.
yogurt.
Okay.
Okay.
Specifically that one.
All right.
Shout out to Cynthia again. But
I think I'm
more
gonna have to
time.
go to your guys' house. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's because I've been trying. I gained like 8 pounds, dude. So I've been trying to,
Wow.
stave off the
yeah,
snacks.
I've been trying to do good. You know, you guys had wings and stuff. You know, I
Oh,
was so
Corn
sad.
Nuts Ranch. I'm gonna swap that home hoodie for Corn Nuts Ranch. I've
You
been
are?
addicted to those recently.
The thing with corn nuts, I just like to hold them in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like savor them and then I
Pause.
chew them
Pause.
up.
You like
Pause,
the,
pause,
you like
pause,
the
pause.
wiggle nuts in your mouth?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I knew that when I came in here that you do
Well,
that.
get that little ranch off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to make sure there's no ranch on those nuts.
He's
you know?
gotta wipe that ranch off of his mouth.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
No
That
fucking-
Chipotle Ranch.
You know?
But
Kettle on the sides of his
Gotta
mouth.
lick a tongue. You know what I mean?
You said it, not me. You know?
You know? All right, Garbanzo Grimes. Okay, relax. You know? Well, that's it for rice. Anything else we got for the rice community workers? Anything like that? Out in the rice fields, nothing else? Mahatma Rice,
Mahatma Gandhi,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
you know? Now they got the Insta rice. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah.
I have not.
You get the little bag, dude, it's already cooked. You just throw it in the microwave.
Wow. This
They got
is
different
this is new to
flavors.
me, and I appreciate you.
They have them in
sharing
little
it.
cups too.
Wow. I
But then you
appreciate
look
guys
at the
sharing this.
sodium, it's like 10,000 milligrams. You're like, dude,
Oh wow.
how the hell are you selling this? You know?
3 months of fucking sodium intake and
You
a
eat
fucking
half
meal?
a cup, you got a kidney stone the next day. You know what I mean? You're like, bro, You know?
Yeah.
You need to
they're-
survive the apocalypse. That's
Yeah.
that's the way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna
way to
die
go.
from a kidney. You got, you eat 2 packages of those, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, your eyes are all yellow. You know,
You got jaundice.
Yeah.
Your
You
liver
know?
shuts down. Yeah.
dude. You gotta drink so much water. You know.
Just gotta start taking kratom. That shit.
Oh, you heard about the kratom? You know.
Yeah.
You've heard of kratom. You look like you've heard of
I
kratom.
have.
You
You
sell
know?
kratom. I know you. Do.
Hey, don't tell his Puerto Rican hustle. You know what I mean? But what's the next holiday, Javi?
The last holiday is National Book Lover Day.
Hey.
Wow.
And we got a couple book.
We have
lover
several
here, you know?
books here, you know.
Okay. Wow.
Couple bookies.
Well, so National Book Lover Day.
You're gonna start it off about book lovers. What can you tell us? Because he was in the accelerated reading program in Horizonte, his school that he went to. He graduated,
I graduated, top of my
Okay.
class.
top of his class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I not well. They put you in solitary confinement, so I was the only one, but that's fine. I mean, I was the top of the class of me. My favorite. I also
You didn't do those
I-
reading programs?
I
Like the-
I did the fucking Pizza Hut program, so I got a bunch of
Oh,
those
yeah.
personal pizzas for reading books. I read a lot as a kid. I still do. But when I first started like really diving, I was just my dad had when fucking encyclopedias still were just like books, but
They
I
still are.
yeah, they still are. But
Yeah.
I mean,
now they
people
got
have them-
Wikipedia. Is what he's
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
you know?
But like Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica, we had the whole like 2 different sets of encyclopedias. But I would read those for real, like 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. Just like I would open up a page, and sometimes I'd fucking trick or like surprise myself, and I close my eyes and I just like point down and be like, oh, I'm gonna learn about that. And, do that. So
Encyclopedia roulette. You know what I mean?
encyclopedia. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, yeah. Encyclopedia bingo. And then
So
one
do you
of
have any fun facts like that about history or any encyclopedia fun facts that you learned?
No, I mean, because the encyclopedia isn't like, you know, it's just a
Oh, so he wasn't even reading. It was a braille one.
no,
I
it was I don't have any fucking. I wish I had a cool fact about
He
it.
wiggled his nuts on it because he loved the sensation on the braille. You
That's
know?
exactly what it fucking was.
that
eh?
tickler. You know what I mean? Dude, I wonder if that works. If you get a braille one, you know? Oh, they're like a little cat, you know? Just
What works? You mean like being able to read it, or
to read it with your nuts, basically.
I don't know if you could.
No?
We'll have
You
to
don't
ask a
think it'll
blind
feel
person.
tickling?
You what? Try to read braille with your nuts? Is
Yeah.
No, I wonder if it feels good. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sure it feels
It
good.
feels
But
great.
sorry for interrupting. You were telling us about your, you know, you're looking at your encyclopedias. He can't even remember anything.
No,
you know?
Well,
The
I'm thinking
Titanic, you didn't read
I'm
anything?
thinking about books that go to movies and what books I've read that went to movie that held up and which ones didn't. The Green Mile held up. What have you guys read like a book that went to movie?
Yes.
Harry Potter.
Did
Yeah.
it hold up?
Lord of the Rings, actually, I think the movies are better.
Really?
But they changed quite a bit, but I think it was for the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Hunger Games, that held up too.
The first 2 or 3. The last one I didn't like very much.
I
but-
didn't read after the third one.
Oh, but generally, yes, they did hold up, though.
Yeah, yeah.
The Passion of the Christ. That was a good one.
yeah, so that book, right?
Did you like that one, Javi?
right
The
there.
Passion of the Christ?
Yeah. It's
How
my
did the
favorite
Catholic
book.
community? People liked it when it came out,
Bro, I think there was
or
like,
wasn't it illegal to watch it if you were
it's
Catholic?
low key. It's low key like the best selling movie ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That
But,
is
but
wild.
of course it's like Christian, so they're not gonna tell you about it. But
That's a fun fact
Yeah.
of the fucking day.
That's pretty
Wow.
crazy, huh? The Catholic community, dude.
The
Sold
what?
the most movies
Oh.
for the Passion
They
of the
also
Christ.
sold the most lies. What?
Was that Santos? I thought Santos was here. You know? Hey, dude, against
Was
the
that
Catholic
Santos
community?
whispering,
Come
you know?
on, man.
It must be an artist thing.
Don't be sending your freaking allies over here, Juan Diego, okay? We're gonna take La India Maria out of here, you know what I mean?
Ave Maria. National Book Lovers Day. Is that
Yeah, book lovers.
book lovers?
Hey, what about porns? You know, back in the day, when was the first time you saw a Playboy, you know what I mean? Or a Hustler?
I can go right back to it. I was 7 years old. It was my fucking Uncle Joe's house down inside of his fucking in the downstairs bathroom underneath the sink.
Oh, I thought you were saying he was digging them in the yard. That's what the chest was. It was all his porn
all the
magazine.
pornos next to the fucking.
Yeah, imagine his
chocolate
grandma, the
coins.
abuelita finds him, you know what I mean? It's all the coins and a bunch of porn.
He was charging the local kids chocolate coins to be able to look. That
I
the
was
currency
looking
exchange.
for more fucking toilet paper, and I was there's more.
I bet you were.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying.
So that's
to
how
get
you
that,
ran into the stash. You're
that
looking
first
for toilet
jerk
paper?
site. What?
That's how you were when you got your first jerk, you said?
No. That's when I ran into it. It was in my fucking uncle's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one. I don't
But how
remember
old
it.
were you? You know what
I
I
was
mean?
7. I
Oh,
remember
dang, for
distinctly.
7?
Very young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder he's all fucking fucked up. You know what I mean?
Dude, I remember for sure. And I also
And like you thought they were hot right away, right? When they
yeah,
were 7?
100%. Yeah,
Dang,
my
bro.
my testosterone was already booming at 7 years old, dude.
Yeah, but you couldn't bust nuts, dude, when you were 7.
Yeah, no, I wasn't busting nuts.
You know,
I didn't even know what that meant. I just knew that my body was feeling.
You could
funny.
only erect SpaceX. Was it launching those?
No.
I just felt funny. That's all I was.
It was just prototypes. You know?
And then after that, did you know the Satan, you know? Were you like tempted, hey, I'm gonna go back here, I know where they are, or no?
Yeah.
That's how he remembered so. It's not just a one-time thing. You think he couldn't
He's a
describe how to
repeat
get there?
offender, huh?
Yeah.
No, dude. It was definitely a repeat offense.
And can you describe what it looked like? The first one,
like.
like what did it look like? The first one you opened it. Which girl? What girl was it?
I don't remember the girl. I
No?
just remember being astonished that there were fucking tits. I was blown
Back
away.
when tits matter, well, you know?
Dude, I was blown away. It was amazing to me because I didn't know. Dude, this is how serious this is. I lived in Magna, right next to off of like 8,000 West, and the Ochre Mountains are right there. This is no bullshit. I know that we're fucking goofing, having a good time, but for real, I fucking thought that over the mountains, like if you drove past the fucking Ochres, that there would just be ladies topless.
Oh,
I swear to God, when I was like 6 fucking years old, I was like,
Because of Wendover?
I don't know. There was because of anything. Because I was so fucking
it was
teed
a
up.
lady. She was naked in front of the mountains. You know what I mean?
And then we went to Tooele. And we were going past, and I was getting so geeked up in the backseat. I'm like, holy shit, it's going down. This is about to fucking happen. This is about to fucking happen.
Bone her up. You know what I mean? He's setting fucking sail. You know
And
what I mean?
the sun was just coming right off of the Great Salt Lake just right. And it was beautiful fucking day. And as we were coming around the bend, the fucking first exit for Tooele, I was like, oh, this is nothing.
Couple long
Yeah,
lizards. You know what I mean?
You showed up at Tooele and all you saw was 2 family trees with 1 branch each. You know? Shout out to Tooele.
Shout out to the Buffaloes.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
for
they call
real.
those BBWs nowadays. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
But
You know.
true.
But they never. So did they ever find out? Like, hey, where are you messing with my porn?
Well, I was very good about it.
Because I feel like back then they would know. Like, hey, you know, they could tell like your fingerprints were on it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't fucking, wheeling dealing them off. So there wasn't any
You
residue.
wouldn't spend too
there
long
wasn't,
in the
there was-
bathroom?
there wasn't any residue left, So
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't really pumping like that yet, but I made sure that I would leave them in place. I just would leave them in place. I know that I'm sure that my uncle knew that we were fucking looking at those things.
Yeah.
It was the
He was
only
just
bathroom
embarrassed.
downstairs. It was
Because
the
if
only
he calls you out, then people would find out that he had him downstairs.
maybe
You
that's
know?
probably. I mean, maybe that's
Kind
probably
of like
fucking
the Clintons.
the
Like, they know
start of
what's
a lot
going
of
on.
fights.
What
Probably.
other stuff did he steal from your uncle? You know what I mean? Now that you guys are cool now. You know, you ever because I said my uncle, I would always like. I had a gay uncle, Alejandro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He would live little. He was gay, but he would leave little candies towards his bed. You know what I mean?
A little trail.
Little trails of candies.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
But I would never get snatched. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
too smart. But I did notice if I stuck my hand under his bed, he had all his change. And dude, I would take all his money, bills, everything. I just pocket them up. And since I was like 5 or 6, nobody suspected it was me. So like they get in fights about, oh, who took my money? You piece of shit.
His family.
They didn't look at the kid. You know what I mean?
You started many a fight, interfamily fights.
So, but I'm saying, like, what about you? Was there something like, from your uncle? Hey, maybe you took a couple dollars, or he had something cool. Because
No.
uncles, they have cool stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
uncles have way cool stuff. My uncle had cool stuff, but
Or you borrowed something and then you took it to school. Oh, look, this is mine. You know?
I didn't ever get caught, and for that reason, I will fucking keep my fucking lips sealed on a couple things that I don't know if they fucking will ever find out about.
Come on, you gotta tell us.
The
Come on.
RICO Act is
You
still
gotta
in
tell
place.
us. Come on.
Hey, plead the fifth. Shout out to Armando.
Oh, you're
Smart.
gonna plead the fifth?
What a smart man.
Oh, come
Thank
on.
you. Thank you.
I
Thank
thought we
you.
were gonna get an exclusive. We're talking about uncles. I told him about my uncle, and he doesn't want to tell me about his uncle.
This segment is called Mexicans
You know?
Are Criminals. So
Puerto Ricans, you don't do that to your uncles?
I actually haven't stolen from my family.
Maybe. What if you borrowed something and then you brought it back?
And you forgot to give it back.
Or borrow something, but then it's like
Well, I mean,
you took something. Oh,
I always shared a room with my brother, so it's not like I would forget to bring something back. I might use like, I'm trying to think, because we shared like everything though. Like that's just how we grew up.
maybe you
'cause
took
we
a
were
pair
poor,
of his sneakers and you messed them up, and he got mad.
No, he would take
like
my shit and ruin my shirts
Yeah?
because he was careless with his clothes when I wasn't. So that would piss me off. I'm trying to think. I mean, there was a time I took his car. Like he didn't care though. So I told him like, "Hey, I use your car." I didn't call him first. I just used it.
Oh man,
And he was like, "Oh,
that was
okay."
pretty ballsy, dude. We're talking about freaking little things. You're over here taking cars, sauce.
I didn't jack the jet. I just
GTA,
went to
man.
fucking
What a
the
thief.
store, went to the gym, came back. That was
A
it.
los leones.
Do you remember the feeling when you first got in your first car?
Yeah.
How good was it? You know what I mean?
It was thrilling. It
How-
was thrilling.
How-
Okay, look. You just talked about fucking stealing cars. All right. Or
Yeah, I didn't boost cars.
He
bro.
ain't scared to tell us what he stole from his uncle, but he's like, "Hey, you just talking about stealing cars?
Allegedly.
Let me tell you about my
Let me tell you about
GTA.
Grand Theft Auto. You
Yeah.
know.
He was
I-
on cops."
I would I don't know. I just it was thrilling. It was fucking thrilling the first time because I didn't have my license, so it was awesome.
Yeah.
But it was in the middle of the night, and it was not supposed to happen that way. I used someone's car that I should not have used, and I used it multiple times. I also woke up. So I was a avid churchgoer, Catholic Church, of course. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is here watching over us, and which is why on the last episode when you guys were blaspheming the Lord, I didn't really fucking appreciate that. So I'm just saying that loudly now.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Hey,
Yeah.
stop virtue signaling and tell us about your boosting.
come on,
Okay.
He was backing up
we
when he was 7, and he started talking about
I
the
refuse to
Lord.
be chastised by a criminal. Go ahead. You know.
Start. So, okay, I went out Saturday night with this car, and got drunk, and woke up Sunday morning. Again, we go to church, and I had the car still at my friend's house, and I woke up at like 9:45. Church starts at 11, and I fucking freaked out, and I flew home. And somehow, by the grace of fucking our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I didn't get caught. But that was probably the wildest story from that. I remember
How old were you?
I was 16.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I was 16. Yeah,
And he was already all drunk,
dude, I was getting beveled fucking quick,
Dang,
dude.
bro. And
I
then
was
he
a
goes,
little crudito.
that's the reason I don't go to church, Javi, is him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I tried to go to the Catholic church. All the Mexicans were all hung over and stuff like that. Looks like a freaking cantina. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they used to call me Crudito Grimes when I was
You know?
fucking 13.
It's because you were dehydrated, so you look like a prune. You know.
Yeah, there's
Crudito traigo el culo, you know?
it's not a good thing they called you that.
But what about your uncle? You're gonna come on. You gotta tell us at least. Your uncle's gonna watch. He's gonna forgive you. You guys are.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, okay. I'll say this.
Come on.
Yeah. No, I got you. I'll say this. We outside of just like the regular peeping when you go to the bathroom, I'm saying we because I don't want to be just fucking say that it was just me that did it, but I fucking did it. I definitely took a fucking book home, like a magazine home, like because we would sleep over there. I took only one, and I was so fucking
You
scared.
stuck it in your pants, huh?
Dude, no, I had a little bag. We had our little sleepover bags, so I was so scared that I was gonna get caught. I put it under my bed, and I never looked at it. I never fucking looked at it. And then when we were moving, it was like 7 years later. When we were moving my bed, and I totally forgot that it was fucking there. And thank God my mom wasn't in there, but it was my sister, and she was like,
Your sister got
she's like,
you?
"What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "Oh man, well." And I, dude, I don't.
Was she
lied
older
my-
or younger?
Older.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
No, that'd be.
So she definitely knew what it was, you know?
Yeah, she fucking for sure. As soon as we lifted the fucking, I
What is
I
this?
lifted it up because I was like, oh, this is, we're moving the bet,
Yeah.
and I fucking lifted it up with confidence, and I
You
was like,
forgot?
oh, I looked at it, she looked at it, I looked at her, she looked at me. I was like, yeah, that's what it is, and this is what's happening right now, and we're experiencing this together, and. But it was like in the middle, so it didn't even look like I don't know. It was fucking old too. But that's what happened. Yeah. But I was so scared after I got it that I was going to get caught. Like he was going to fucking find out. I'm sure he did. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. He was drinking all the time back then, so he probably didn't even fucking
And
remember
your
how
sister
many
was
were
cool?
underneath.
She
There
was
were so
completely-
many, bro. There were so fucking many. I honestly, I would think about like, how does he fucking read through all of these? There's no way that he does. But and then I became enamored with the fact that he probably does read through all of them. And I was like, dude, this guy's a scholar. He is smart.
That's why there's so many good stories. You know what I mean?
there's a lot of good
What's your
articles
uncle's
in
name?
there. Excuse me?
What's your uncle's name?
Yeah, no.
No, I was gonna say shout out.
Yeah,
Come
shout-
on, man.
Shout out Gabriel.
You know, shout out Gabriel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nice uncle right there to have. You know.
Yeah, all I heard throughout this whole story,
Oh,
nice
come
stories
on,
by the
what
way,
was gonna ruin it?
is that you clearly didn't read encyclopedias. You were lying about it. Because you had far more to say about.
You were
these
trying to
nudie
find other
mans.
pictures
Yeah.
on the encyclopedia.
Yeah,
like
It was
some
so
people-
much
read
more
it,
thrilling.
okay?
Yeah, it definitely left alone with what I heard is that fuck encyclopedias for sure.
He was trying to find the P for Playboy. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I
It's got
was.
Paris. You know what I mean? Come on.
Placebos.
Man.
Harry Pitts.
A couple
Okay,
pirates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Somalia. You know.
but we're almost at the 120 mark. Do you have a nightmare or a question we must answer?
Ooh, okay.
I do have a question.
You got a
Okay.
question?
You guys
Got a
ready to go
question.
there?
He can take us with consent. You think?
I think with
Because last time
consent.
Alice, you know, she took us without consent.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
just
okay.
took
But you
guys-
said you got a question or a nightmare?
question.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, that was kind of creepy. Did you hear that?
Sound more like a nightmare.
That was kind of creepy. You know.
Yeah, I forgot.
You forgot something else?
Yeah. Recently I've been kind of drawing blanks in my head.
You forgot your confidence.
And I have I have a spot him got him little elephant that helps me out. So you want to run it back so I can grab him?
Yes, sir. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I got spot him got him. Okay.
Nice.
Spotted
He's
elephant.
got monkeypox.
Yeah.
It's a gay elephant.
We're
dude.
nursing him back to health.
Thank you for that.
It wouldn't be elephant pox at that point?
Nope. It's
No,
monkeys,
man.
dude. It
No,
spreads to
it
everybody.
spreads
No
everywhere.
discrimination.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
it is
All inclusive
2022.
virus.
All right,
Okay,
but what?
you guys
Load us
ready
up with
for-
your question.
It's a weird question, I guess. Pretty cool. It's posted by Owned by Own. So here we go. What is the worst thing you've seen someone do when they were angry?
Jerk off to their uncles, playboys. You know what I mean?
I think he was happy during that.
I was
but-
very excited.
Maybe Javi can start. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he's from the Catholic community. He's seen a couple fathers. AB 97.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a couple.
Couple of
Yeah.
you know they got mad at the altar boy. You know what I mean? Maybe what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, but
Those
wasn't a good day.
spankings, paddleboarding,
Jerking.
maybe circle jerks. I wasn't a part of those.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was,
Yep.
most
They were-
most of mine were one-on-ones.
They're trying to summon him. You know?
Most of mine were personal.
No,
They,
they're-
gave,
you
they
know?
gave him the Holy Ghost, is what they told him. You know?
Well, that's what came out of him after rubbing the bottle.
Yeah, that's exactly
Nothing.
the wine.
No. Probably the worst thing. Probably the crucifixion. The second worst thing. Cake throwing. You know, cakes being thrown.
No, but that said something that happened to somebody else. Was the question, wasn't it?
No, it just said something
So-
where
so-
you've seen someone mad.
Yeah,
like the worst thing-
Yeah, the worst thing you've seen anybody when they were mad do.
Oh, anybody. So you're gonna pick? Okay,
Mm.
that's what you're gonna pick, Joaquin, when you throw out your cake.
Well, I mean, other than like
Such a good story, by the way.
some racist stuff during basketball, but other than that, like
What happened? You want to
Yeah,
tell
what
that
happened
story?
about
you
that?
know?
Yeah,
I feel like I've talked about it
it's a
before.
good dive.
We've mentioned it.
Racism.
I
is
just said,
good.
you know, some people said a couple niggerachis were out there. You know what I mean? But
That's
what?
exactly what they said, and that was my first like big experience with racism. So we're in the AAU team playing ball.
Wow. Okay, so
The team like it
you're
was
good.
yeah, we were from the hood. We got Mexicans, black people, Polynesians. We might have had an Asian, but I don't know if Asian lives were mattering back then,
Okay.
but yeah, it was like a stack team, and we were pretty good. We won a few chips.
Ooh, okay. Wow.
I don't know if we were playing for a
Don't
chip.
brag, okay?
Hey, I got 2 rings.
Whoa.
He went to the Utah Summer Olympics, Javi, dude.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, he
Oh
was
yeah,
the point
we
guard.
got 3rd place and 1st place. So
Special Olympics or
Special Olympics, I got 5th place in that one.
okay, yeah.
But like, I didn't medal that day.
Yeah.
But
Normally you wouldn't, huh?
no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
These
yeah,
people-
racism.
yeah. So
So what were they saying? Maybe the black people
Get
were too
that-
good or what?
get that Filipino off of my my boy.
They were saying stuff like that?
Stuff like that. Yeah. And then
A lot of slurs that ended in
A whole-
back.
a whole lot of slurs.
People call you wetback and stuff, Javi, or what?
I
Or
think
maybe
so. I
did
don't know.
they call you a spickaroo, or what were they calling you?
Spickaroonies,
Spickaroni?
a beaner. I got that.
So they would literally call you that?
Yeah, but it was only like
Immigrant.
this one
Oh, that's
team,
not
like
a good one. Come on, immigrant. Dude, come on, this guy with the come on, man.
immigrachis, like. But yeah, so it got to the point where like the dude, like this black dude, was defending some guy
Okay.
pretty like aggressively, and he's like, "Get that off my son." We're like, everyone's like, "What the hell?" And fight ensued. That's where I got my first facial scarring.
Wow, that's the first mark. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, that's probably the worst thing I've
You
seen.
got beat up by a white guy, Javi?
I didn't get beat up. I got punched,
Oh.
and they didn't allow for retaliation.
Oh,
Mostly because of the blood, but
and one quick shout out, Javi. Maybe, Macon, he played for La Roca, bro. So maybe we can be
Oh.
friends with him, bro.
are you serious?
Yeah, he played for La Roca.
Or
I'm
was
glad
it
that
the
you
same
brought
years?
up that white guy that punched you. He's actually here with us now. We got just open the store here.
Hey, let's
What's
go.
up, Connor?
What's up, Sam?
Connor Bridges,
Parker.
But that's a pretty good one. Javi used to be an athlete, professional athlete, until his leg blew
Semi.
out,
And then
Semi-
CTE
Wow, okay.
settled in.
CTE,
Little miss, I
leg,
could have gone pro, but my leg broke.
and
Yeah.
a freaking, not even a good soccer game, dude. With freaking bunch of 40-year-olds.
Bunch of Mexicans.
Come
fucking-
on, man. Jeez, maybe if you listen to the white people, it wouldn't have happened.
It was a nice field up until that gutter was there, But whatever.
Wow.
What about you? You can remember something, you saw somebody because he's got to have stories, you know what I mean? Maybe, you were at, Up Rock or something like that, you know what I mean? And
The wildest thing I probably have seen, someone that was mad at someone else was definitely, I don't even know if I should say his name, but
see, the rapid community, we're calling everybody
Nah,
out. Come
I
on,
know.
who was it?
It was at the old Up Rock that was on State Street. Well, the new one's on State Street.
Closer
too,
to
but-
5th? Or
Yeah, by the
more
Pine Hole.
downtown?
Yeah. And there was a little show going on, and he was just finishing up his set, and some dude came over with a fucking beer bottle and hit him. Dog, he was bleeding everywhere. It was the wildest shit, and he honestly fucking didn't hear from him for like 2 years.
Dang, bro.
And then came back, and now he's doing all sorts of cool battle rap stuff. But that was
Oh, I thought you were going to say like meth and
no,
drugs,
he went to a whole K-hole, and now he's.
Does he have a scar now that he does
oh,
battle
yeah.
rap?
Hell yeah, he's got a huge ass scar.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was fucking insane. Yeah, because everything was all good, and then obviously he had some debts or something that had
A bill collector back in the day,
yeah, old school bill collector, Saul, and yeah, that was fucking crazy. That
And what did he do? You guys just called the paramedics. Somebody put a towel on him.
the
Nothing?
dude that hit him fucking bounced. It happened so fast, like no one even caught the dude. It was so quick, and so we all just tended to him, and yeah, that was it. He was out. But outside of that, like, I just blow over this dude almost losing his life. What? I mean, there's some. I mean, I've been in some fucking precarious situations.
Somebody was so angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why don't you give me something?
I think I've been around angry people, host. To be honest, so one time I think I
I
might
mean, you
have
brought
even-
up La Roca.
Well, I mean that was when we played soccer one time. I mean there was this Cuban kid, man, in soccer. And he was pretty decent, but he was like bigger,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like pretty tall, wasn't he, Javi? Like I swear he was like one of the tallest kids.
Yeah, they were tall.
But he was like Cuban. He was like tall, and like that team was like the nicest team. They're like the best team in Utah. And dude, he kicked the shit out of me just like right here on my thigh, like super hard. And the ref didn't call anything, So I was like, I just ran back and then just like slid. I just like tackled him just from the back, like just kicked him super hard, and he just like fell. But the like once the game ended and we're like leaving home, like the Nike, like I had the whole shoe was like on my thigh, like had the Nike logo on there, like the cleats, and you could literally see the Nike logo in the middle. That's how
Wow.
hard he like stomped me on my thigh. But I would say the most like aggressive thing that I probably have seen, it's
You have marshmallow thigh, so that they just went right in and didn't
hey,
really
you don't
come
have
out.
to, is he
Yeah,
barking?
it's more like memory foam.
Memory
bro.
foam thigh, yeah.
that's-
Okay.
I absorbed the hit,
Yeah.
You
okay.
want to take a kick to the thigh from me and see if you have marshmallow thigh?
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
36.
thanks
I'm
for
trying to
protecting me,
fucking
Oz,
figure it
yeah.
out.
Just, I mean, if anyone stomps on your thigh, I feel like that's pretty.
No, right here, you kill me pretty hard,
Yeah.
like super hard, just like that, with the
Yeah,
cleats.
that's okay, Tempur-Pedic.
But the only, Hos, you maybe
Sleep
Hey,
number, baby.
Tempur-Pedic, you can't afford it. So how about you?
exactly. You know what I
And
mean?
you're right.
You need
I
when you're
got 4 of them.
36.
Come
You sleep
on,
like
bro.
shit.
Yeah,
Your little
no,
fucking yoga mat sound there, okay?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Okay? But the other one, it was like I was driving next to or behind, I don't know, it was like an old person or something like that, you know what I mean? And they were driving so shitty. It was like on Redwood Road and like California Avenue, like somewhere around there. And this old man literally like he must have been like 80. He like pulls out of his, like opens the door, and it's like right on that freeway on California Avenue. And he just like swings the door open. His like wife is next to him. She's like 80. And he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Driving like that, you piece of shit. Dude, I wasn't even really driving like an asshole,
Yeah.
But we were at a red light, and I was like waiting to turn left into the freeway. And he just gets out of the car and starts walking my direction. But he was so old. Like literally, the light turned green, dude. And we stopped at the same time. And it took like, I don't know, like 3 minutes, and he still didn't make it to my car, but he had a little bat and everything. He was gonna hit it. My sister was with me, and she was just fucking laughing at him because he's walking so fucking slow, trying to get there with the bat, And as soon as the light turned on, he just fucking left, and he was just in the middle of the freaking street,
Wow.
not having to get back into his car.
And he was BC old.
He was what?
BC old, before Christ old.
No, he was what was he? Navy SEAL, I think that's what he was, from back then.
Oh, okay. Got you. All right.
What about you, Hoss?
I'm gonna, maybe it's not like the worst thing, but it sticks out of my memory. Like it's literally just ingrained in my memory. So, kids are mean, especially like in elementary school, right? Bullying.
Yeah.
Kids can be rude and terrible to each other. There was this
Wild
kid,
animals.
Yeah, this kid was in the special ed class, but he was super smart. Andrew Zimmerman, like, killed it at math, was always top 3 in math, reading at like a super high level. I don't know exactly what was wrong with him, but he had anger issues on top of some sort of learning disability. I don't know where, because he was like the smartest in every stupid class. But he was your quintessential nerd. Like the horn rim glasses, the pants were like hiked up past the ankles, Asics trainers, and he always had a puffer jacket on. Even in the middle of summer, he always just had this jacket on.
Wow.
But he had anger issues. And some of the kids were just teasing him in the middle of the class because the teacher had stepped away. We were supposed to be taking a test. And as the teacher was walking back in this 3rd grade, so it was Mrs. Schmidt's class, he just stops. And I remember because I'm like kind of kitty corner behind him.
Uh-huh.
And he's at the far left column or row of desks. He just goes, "You're all fucking assholes!" And he slams the desk, and then, like he bends over to run, and he pins his elbows and swings his hands like this, and he just runs out of the classroom. And we didn't see him for like 3 days. And the reason it like fucked with me is because in 3rd grade you're not like allowed to swear. I always heard swearing. I wouldn't swear back then, and like the teacher witnessed this. He ran out, didn't show up for like the next 3 days. So I'm like, what happened to this kid? So as a kid, my imagination's running wild. Maybe he ran away.
Yeah.
He got lost. Maybe he died. He showed up obviously later,
Yeah,
a couple of days later.
3rd
but,
day he rose again.
like, I just remember how much he's shaking, how kids shake.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's what he's just slams. He's like, "You guys are fucking it's Haas, and then he just runs out like
Bounce.
that. That's the last image I
Naruto,
see
you
of
know?
him for like 4 days.
Wow, they
that-
rolled the fucking
Yeah,
the
like-
stone over the tomb, and right comes
Yeah.
right back.
That
out.
reminded
Andrew's
So
me-
in
that
it.
level of anger, I have almost yet to. Since maybe 3 other times where I've seen someone get as mad as he did, different outcomes, but that one just stuck out in my memory.
Wow.
That reminded me of one that was actually kind of similar, but I used to be in band, and we had this tall Polynesian kid. He played football too. You remember Jordan Blair, Javi? But he had this brother. I can't remember what his maybe he was Jordan Blair, but he was like this. He was already like 6 foot something. We were in junior high, but he was like huge, just yoked. And then we had another kid, Brandon, and Brandon, he was kind of like a troll, you know, but he was always making fun of everybody. And one day, Brandon, what the fuck? I think both of them were Brandon. Then Brandon Coombs, and then the other Brandon, I can't remember, Jordan, whatever the hell his name was. But anyways, the big football guy, like Brandon, he was like just, I don't know, we were like doing something like on the desk, you know how they're like welded together.
Yep.
And he picked him up with the desk and just like slammed it down, and it like caved into the, like it just collapsed, you know what I mean? So he got like sandwiched,
Wow.
and he just like started crying, and the other guy just like walked out of the office. He's like, don't ever talk shit to me, blah blah blah. But he like literally picked him up while the other guy was like sitting down with the desk, and just smashed it down, and just went like and the other kid just got fucking sandwiched in there. And
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he fucking got Freddy versus Jason, didn't
It was
that
a bit-
motherfucker?
you know, but then we
Damn.
were cool. Like a couple of weeks later, they both of them were still in the same class, but that reminded me of like somebody
Yeah.
that just lost it, like
Yeah, they just snapped.
somebody that was like bowling, and he just like fucking lost, and he was like a huge kid, you know, so he like picked him up and just
I recall a situation where, and this actually fucking derailed this kid's fucking life after this happened. It was such a traumatic experience for him. He was the guy that would punch like beer bottles, like at parties. You know, you always got a guy that fucking crushes cans on heads or whatever the fuck. This was that guy, that kid. He happened to be like at the time like my best friend. We were at this party, and he was being fucking outlandish and fucking boisterous, and I was downstairs just fucking hanging out, you know, and I could hear there was commotion going on upstairs. So I told like the homies that I was with at the time, I was like, hey, let's just go upstairs, fucking, you know, let's all hang out together, da 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 da, because I could tell that Travis was about to, something was gonna happen. Because he's not a fucking ticking time bomb, but like when it would like switch over, you'd be like, hey, it's probably time to fucking go. Like either too many drinks or just like somebody might have said something about his mom or some shit because his mom was a little person type of shit, you know, like, so he had a lot going on. And he was getting frustrated that he couldn't fucking break a bottle. Because normally it was just one punch fucking right through, you know? And I come upstairs, I'm like, hey, what's, you know, you getting a little loud and shit, everything cool, da da da. And he's like, this fucking bottle, I can't fucking break it, da 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 da. I was like, cool, it's all good, man. Fucking, we don't have to break it. Let's do a beer bong, let's do a shot, whatever. And he's like, don't you fucking tell me what to do. I'm gonna break this fucking beer bottle. And I was like, whoa, now it's getting weird. It's not even fun anymore. You're mad about you not being able to do something, and it doesn't even fucking matter. Cool, break the fucking beer bottle. Just keep fucking beat up your knuckles. All right. So like 10 of us are sitting around while he's trying to fucking break this thing. Fucking like the third or fourth hit, he fucking breaks it, and then his hand, it just starts bleeding, just fucking exorbitant amount. Like I couldn't even quantified like the spraying. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
You know, like in real life, you know, it was like a fucking ER scene, you know, and you could see his tendon for right here was snapped. It was severed.
Terrible.
So because he was so pissed to make a fucking point about a dumb fucking parlor trick, he fucking for real fucked his hand up for the rest of his life. We were like 19 years old. And it like devastated him and like straight up derailed his whole fucking shit. But he was so mad about it. It made no sense to me. It was honestly like one of the this is
That
a
was the
story
Lord
about.
trying to tell him, hey, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not today.
I was
man.
like, yo, take it easy. This doesn't matter. Fucking parlor trick out, dog. What the fuck? Pull out some tarot cards. Let's start reading those out. It doesn't matter. We need to
That's
do
what
that.
happens when you're a one-trick pony and rely way too much. Like your entire self-esteem is on that one thing you value.
That
That's
one
what that is.
ability?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, because it's getting a little bit late, but maybe one place that we didn't visit, maybe you can tell us why people have a one-trick pony type of mentality, Hoss. You know, maybe you think we can go to the doctor's office, Javi?
Oh, for sure we can
If,
go to the
you
doctor's
think you
office.
can take us, Hoss?
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of males, especially it runs more in the male community, you know what I mean?
Of course.
One-trick ponies, they want to impress people. They want to impress ladies. Maybe they need some
Mhm.
attention, you know?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Just kidding. Now we're going.
Hey, I forgot my sanitizer, hubby. Can you
God
take it
damn
back,
it.
dude, okay?
Okay.
Got your hand sanitizer?
Oh, I'm ready, you know what I mean?
We're ready to go. So, you want to go ahead and summarize again why?
You know, so
We're
some people,
here.
they have this mentality, it gets in their brain, you know what I mean? I don't want to do good at school. I don't want to learn. I don't want to talk to people during parties, festivities. I'm just going to try to get attention. I'm going to do a one-trick pony. I'm only going to learn one thing and be really good and excel at it, you know? And then that's going to be my only way to communicate with the world.
I don't know the name of your friend. He will remain nameless.
It was Trevor, wasn't it?
Travis.
Travis. I didn't want to indict him, but I just did. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you what he
snitches
had.
get stitches, host.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what he had and what a lot of one-trick ponies, one-track-minded individuals have.
Okay.
It is called an acoustic neuroma. It is a benign unilateral or bilateral vestibular schwannoma that develops from the vestibular collicular nerve and grows within the auditory canal, occurring rarely with the vestibular or collicular apparatus of the inner ear, depending on the location and size of the lesion. Tinnitus or progressive hearing loss, headache, facial numbness, and dizziness, and an unsteady gait may result. I said gait, by the way.
Yeah.
What that means is you're trying to tell him not to do this one trick pony parlor trick. Hey, let's just have fun. He's so focused, you know, he has this neuroma in his ear. He's not hearing what you want him to say. So he's focused exactly on what he wants. And because he didn't get it, he derailed his life. So what this is really you got to listen to outside sources that have your best interest, whether it be a tarot card reading, a best friend, a parent, the Lord. Therefore, people, even if you have it, you can overcome it, right? It said I started it with benign, right? It's not malignant. It means you made the choice in making it malignant if you choose to cave in to this disease.
Or temptation.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Wow.
Ross.
I learned something.
So
really
Travis, if you're still out there, if you see this, you know what I mean?
Give this a like. We know your hand's probably struggling, but give us a thumbs up.
us a thumbs
Use
up.
your other hand.
Subscribe.
hit that bell.
Yeah.
You know?
Subscribe. Share.
You know? But that's it. Maybe we're going to go out with some wholesome advice, you know? Or
Well, we
gotta
have
give him
gifts. We have a couple gifts
Oh, we
to
do have some
provide.
gifts.
Oh
for
wow.
Gabino.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
so-
All right.
It's been such a fun time, actually. You know what I mean? Fucking forgetting.
I love
You
the gift.
know, in typical fashion, we have powers. I think you've seen that.
Yes.
I've always told anyone, if anyone tries to give smoke to Jose, Alice, Javi, or now Burger Cam, I come for the jugular, okay? Your old ass, you can't see shit, okay? You're going to need a universal remote so you can watch TV, watch your Netflix, whatever it is you want. This is going to be easy for you to spot. Am I turning up the volume? Am I hitting the right buttons for the channel, right? It's
You
gonna
won't
help
lose
you
it
out.
under the bed, okay?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one?
I,
You know?
I won't lose
You'll
that
be
one.
able to find this
I'll
one.
know
Yeah.
that.
You know, he moved. He probably lost his remote
Yeah.
during the move.
Princess and the Remote is what's. I'll know that's under the bed.
One thing also is you're experiencing dementia.
Okay.
An excellent mental exercise to go through is doing math. You didn't read encyclopedias, even though you claim to.
Sure.
It's also leading to memory loss and dementia. We have here, why do you think the Japanese culture has the least amount of dementia patients in the world, guys? Sudoku, okay? Electric Sudoku.
So this
You
is
can
one of
take
the
it with you
original
whenever.
Game Boys. People used to talk about the Game Boy, but this is made by who, Hoss?
This is made by Maximo, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Pegasus Maximo.
Okay, so you can, you know, because people talk about the Game Boy, the Game Gear, you know what I mean? But here we're the home of exclusives, you know, things that are going out of style, rare things, maybe
Yeah.
Don't sell this, okay? Maybe,
Collectibles.
you got a couple kids, put them through college.
It's
you don't think so?
environmentally friendly. You're not wasting paper. You can just hit clear, start a new one.
Absolutely.
No.
2001 edition. You got it.
To take you back to your trunk hustling days, to play the CDs you once sold, we've got here a Living Solutions compact disc player. No anti-skip, so you got to make
Thank
sure you're
God.
sitting down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the office. This is for office
Yeah.
use.
I had that
Yep.
exact one.
In your non-Tempur-Pedic bed, whatever poor piece of shit bed you got going on, this is what you're going to be using.
Okay.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So learn it. Did we put batteries in your house?
Absolutely not. You can get your own
Absolutely not,
batteries. Okay.
Batteries are expensive, guys. You know what I mean?
Batteries not included.
Yeah. Supply and demand. I understand.
And last but most definitely not least, earlier in this episode, you had mentioned having difficulties navigating business transactions with whack rappers or even rappers that you might have
rappers, you know what I mean?
relationships with or not relationships with, right?
Yeah.
You're not honest with them when they come off the stage looking for a compliment. You don't even know what to tell them. You
Sometimes.
just give them the la'i boy little hand, right?
Yeah.
Here we have Beyond Winning.
He likes to read. He said it, you know?
Here's a book. You like reading, okay?
Yeah.
This is going to tell you how to navigate the social construct of telling someone something they may not want to hear and that you feel uncomfortable telling them.
I
This is Beyond Winning. This is social interactions at the most critical, crucial level. And that starts first in the heart, and then you go ahead and vocalize it through your mouth.
Wow.
Penetrates the soul and then, penetrates the ear of the masses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if they have a mass in their ear.
Even if they have a mass in their ear, if they're one trick pony. Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple things. I already have this one. It's actually 2 times bigger than this. So I appreciate this. Is going to be my mini remote.
Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate
So
this.
you're saying size does matter.
Yeah, the size does matter, and my eyes are going out, so I recognize that you do. Yeah, I like that. Sudoku. I'm actually a champion of this. I don't know if you know that.
That's what we got it for him.
yeah.
Beats
Yeah.
and Rice podcast,
Yeah,
guys.
so
Come on.
We knew what we were
We,
getting into.
Mr. Powers.
Yeah.
You know?
This is something that I appreciate a lot, especially on National Rice Pudding Day. It's fitting that I get something from
The
Asian
Asian
community.
culture. Yeah,
Yep.
appreciate that. This Walkman here, fittingly says Living Solutions on it. This is normal for me to be able to have something that does have the anti-skip, because that's how I approach life, is to not skip anything and to make sure to go over all the bumps.
That's called suicide if you skip life. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
and so-
abortions.
Yep.
Well, and that too. And I like that a lot.
And that's why he has an eject button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, I do want to talk about this as well, beyond winning, negotiating to create value in deals and disputes. I just appreciate that you fucking listened, because I've heard a lot of your podcasts before and you don't listen that well. So for you to...
I don't listen? You don't think I don't listen?
No.
You've been watching the wrong podcast.
You know? Who's he watching? Come on, man. We don't want to put these other guys on blast. You know what I mean? Come on.
No, but the fact that you're giving me the tools to be able to be more successful in my dealings with my coworkers on, again, National Coworkers Day, is something that I value very much. So thank you to the Beans and Rice Pod for the tools needed for me to be able to continue to grow.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. We enrich people. We develop people, whether they like it or not. Everyone always walks out of here being a better person they were.
Exactly.
And let's be honest, most of them are pieces of shit. So that's
You
not
know?
hard to do. But,
We just polish up turds. Is what we do here.
We're doing all day. Just
Third
fucking-
refurbishing.
dude, we
you know
put
what I
turds
mean?
in dresses. What they do afterwards is their business.
You know?
So
But now you think we can give him the time to say whatever he wants?
yeah,
and
we'll
stuff
skip
like
wholesome advice, everyone. We've given lots of advice, lots of tips, a lot of knowledge. Gabino, go ahead and plug
that?
whatever
He
you
survived.
want.
Now you can say
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Go
Okay.
ahead and
Without
plug your stuff.
interruptions, you know?
Yeah.
Shows, albums, whatever you
All
got.
that. Keep going, stream out. Okay. Follow me on Instagram at Gabino period Grhymes, G Rhymes, Gabino. Also on Twitter at Gabino Grhymes. Last album was Darvey Hent, Darveyhent, play on Harvey Dent, Two-Face character. And have a new project that I'm coming out with, 4-track. I'm potentially settling on 5 tracks, but it's going to be an EP called Yesterday's Poem, and looking for that to be done in the next 45 days or so. And just released another single today, or excuse me, last Saturday, with Rufio, called Off Grid. Before that, released a single with Rebel Concept called Heat Stroke. Regular content coming, and stay tuned for the imagining of my podcast short story Bingo. And very, very thankful to you guys for having me on. I was looking forward to the goofiness, and so you guys delivered for sure. So I appreciate it. Gabino Grhymes, for real. These guys are fucking putting it in. Beans and Rice Pod. I really appreciate it. So
Nice. Go give him a follow. Check out his music. It is on Spotify, so
that's it.
they can check it
too,
there.
you can look
Yep.
it up.
And he has hard copy discs. We have it. Javi's shown it before, I think 2 episodes ago. So cool cover.
All in all, though,
It's
I
in the
want to say,
bodega.
yeah, I want to say that outside of music, I think what we spoke about for real, when we were talking about like Coworkers or like the rap community, and I went off on that big old tangent about wanting to just try to uplift people. It's the same thing that goes like within the podcast community as well. So like that's a part of like why I wanted to come on too, because what you guys are doing is fucking dope as shit. So keep growing, keep fucking scaling. Know that what you were talking about, that it doesn't fucking, if you're not having fun, then it doesn't fucking matter. The less frowns you have, the more smiles that you'll fucking cherish and fucking bear. So it's a big deal to me to see how the community is continuing to grow, and you guys are a part of that. So
Appreciate that.
All
With
right,
that being
appreciate
said, don't hit us up, okay, guys?
do
Leave us
not
alone,
DM us.
okay?
I'm
Fuck off.
fucking serious. Don't DM us.
That's great. So
You want to bang us out,
let's
Hoss, or
take
anything
it
else?
away.
Yeah, bang us out.
You want to bang us out?
Before I bang you guys out, no pause.
Yeah, no pause.
If you've again laughed, enjoyed anything, shed a tear of joy or sorrow, if you hated what we said but seemed to find yourself attached to us anyways, like, subscribe, share. We've been growing back again. We have 128
28?
subscribers.
Wow.
Right before we recorded this. Again,
we
it's-
had lost Bill Russell.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
we
Bill
will RIP
Russell.
to him.
RIP.
Big.
So steadily growing, but again, we're okay with that. We're okay with organic growth. Our fan base is the best for sure. You
Numero
guys
uno in
follow
the
us
world.
wherever we go, and we appreciate that. So don't be afraid to say hi to us if you see us on the streets.
And we have timestamps, you know what I mean? So if you like a certain segment,
Just
you know
go
what I mean?
right back to
You
it.
don't want to watch the whole podcast, look, read, see what's
The,
funny,
the
send
original-
a little clip, you know
the
what I mean?
original
Yeah.
NFTs.
One of your friends, you know?
Definitely. So let's go ahead and sign off. It is the Butter Pecan.
Puerto Rican.
Host, and next to me we've got the Zen Master, the peaceful,
peaceful
protester,
protester,
Jimmy
Jimmy
Tatsumaki.
Tatsumaki.
In front of him, back from maternity leave, the mobile abortionist, Nissan
Nissan
Hatake
Hatake
Abormoto.
Abormoto.
To her right, we have the most ever healthcare expert outside of myself, of course, Jose's caretaker, Filomeno El Jíbaro. Below him, the frigid air, not the refrigerator, Larry, the Winter Soldier. Next to him, we've got, of course, host Beefy, 666, La Bestia. Okay, on the ones and twos, the Omega from the Bodega.
Leading for Employee of the Year.
The Omega from the Bodega, Mr. J48, Javi.
Hey, viva Cristo Rey. Let's
And
go.
our esteemed guest,
You
who
know.
again is putting out yesterday's poem, which also happens to be yesterday's news. It's too late for that. We have Gabino Grhymes. Don't ever tell me I don't listen again, okay?
Give it up, give
I'm
it
the
up.
best goddamn listener you'll ever encounter.
You know?
And
Thanks
lest
for
we
coming.
forget,
And una vez más.
itadakimasu. Take care, everybody.